Okay, so we'll start with the introductory slideshow. In case, oh wait, got to share screen. Okay, where is it? Only the other ones are showing up. Show all windows. Okay, here it is. Now we'll get started. There. For some reason, it was down at the bottom instead of up at the top. Maybe it's because I haven't updated my Zoom. I'll have to do that. Okay. Welcome to Raising Happy Kids Zoom Show, episode 52. The One Rule to Raising Happy Kids, 1 year anniversary. Before this, it was called Karen Russ's Family Zoom Station. A year ago, it changed to Raising Happy Kids. Okay. I have to start the slideshow. Okay, I'm going to stop this for a moment because Sera has joined. Hi, Sera.
Hi.
I was just going to start the slideshow.
Oh, okay.
So
Are you still going to do that?
What? Well,
did I stop you?
It's just in case people see it that don't know about this.
It's good to have that intro, yeah. I think it's good. Please go ahead.
All right. So I'm going to go back and screen share. Okay. I did this part already. Welcome to Raising Happy Kids Zoom Show, episode 52. The One Rule to Raising Happy Kids, 1 year anniversary. And I explained what it had been before and that a year ago we started this. Okay. It is not advancing. Let's see. Oh, something's wrong. I'm going to stop the share. It's not behaving properly. So I'm going to see if I can fix that somehow.
Let's see.
Okay. Now, Hopefully this will work. Okay, I'm going to start it at the next. During this 1-hour Zoom show, I focus on sharing tips and lessons on the one rule to raising happy kids. Each episode has at least one example of the one rule in action, demonstrating how it helps you raise a happy child. Then when we have guests, we have Q&A and discussion. When I talk about raising happy kids or creating harmony with kids, I bring up the one rule. The one rule equals agreement. Agreement equals harmony. Using the one rule means you find agreement. That's the rule. You find a solution that everyone likes. You've found agreement. You've found harmony. Knowing and following the one rule is all you really need to create harmony between you and your kids. In any situation where there are differences that might lead to conflict between you and your kids, use the one rule. Teaching them it's easy. It's powerful and everyone does not want to make your child do what they do not want to do. And you do not want to do what you do not want to do. And you are going to make this work. You have decided that you want to use the one rule to make this happen. This is going to become your new habit. You remember that when you use the one rule, you are sharing the following messages with your kids. I want us all to be happy. We are each important. Together we can solve our problems. I believe in you. I love you. To create this new habit, you are going to start with yourself and what you want. You decide that you are going to let how you feel about a situation determine whether you agree with it or not. If it feels good, then you can agree with it. If not, you cannot. Ask yourself, is this situation okay with me just as it is? If yes, good. If no, what would have to change, be different, so that I could feel good about it? Maybe several versions of this situation would feel fine with you, maybe only one. This exercise, this practice, helps you make a habit of following the one rule. No matter what age your kids are, this exercise helps ensure a strong start and makes following the one rule so much easier. Here is something that might make following the one rule even easier. Recently, I asked myself a question. What do I want people to feel when they are connecting with my work? I definitely want them to feel good about themselves. Then the following answer appeared to my surprise and delight. I want people to realize that they are already using the one rule. That understanding surprised me, and as more and more of it was revealed to me, it delighted me. Of course, people are already using the one rule. I'm not teaching them anything they don't know. I'm not teaching them anything strange to them. I am just helping them expand their use of something they use daily without thinking about it. They use it You use it. Every time you come to a decision inside of yourself, you're using the one rule. Most likely you had to consider several options or possibilities to reach that decision, even if it just took you a few seconds for you to agree with yourself. That is what I want. You also use the one rule whenever you agree with someone else. Together you come to a decision, an agreement. Yes, tomorrow I'll go to the auto parts store after I get my nails done. Even with your kids, you're using the one rule. You're coming to agreements. Think about it. Of course you are. You are just not thinking of it as a rule, as something required. So at times you are not coming to agreement. I'm here to help you think of coming to agreement as required, as a rule, as the one rule. You just expand the situations where you come to agreement until coming to agreement is just what you do and your kids do. It is the rule you and your kids follow. When you use the one rule, you are creating harmony. Your kids are creating harmony. You are becoming used to creating harmony, familiar with how good it feels to everyone involved. One point to be clear on is that even if a situation seems complicated and it seems that it is impossible to find a solution that everyone involved can feel good about, it is still possible. The important thing to remember is that there is a way for things to work so that everyone involved gets to feel good. Keep that in mind. This has been my experience whenever I have made this effort. When you actually start working with your kids using the one rule, helping them follow their interests is one of the easiest ways for you to start. You can understand that, right? It is also one of the most beneficial things you can do for your kids. Why is it good for your kids to do what interests them? One primary reason is that their interest is a key to helping them become the best versions of themselves that they can become. When we do what interests us, we are very engaged and focused. Think about doing something that interests you. When we are engaged and focused, what we do and produce tends to be of much better quality than if we were not interested. Interest helps result in excellence. An even more important result of being engaged and focused is that our whole being is involved in what interests us. That is why we are engaged and focused. We are experiencing harmony, inner harmony. That is a good reason to allow and encourage our kids to do what they are interested in doing. I have observed children doing what really interests them, and they become peaceful, harmonious people, even if they were not before. Now, that does not mean that everything that interests our kids is going to always interest them. They may be interested for 10 minutes or 10 hours or 10 days or 10 years or even a lifetime. The point is following their interests, not the specific thing or experience that interests them. So if they ask for your help, please help your kids follow their interests. If for any reason you really do not want to do what they are asking you to do, that is a perfect time to use the one rule. Another reason for helping your kids follow their interests is one that is taking care of you too. When they are eager to do something, instead of resisting doing it, you do not have to encourage them to do it or insist that they do it, let alone force them to do it. Think of how much of your time and energy could be available for you to use as you wish. Helping them follow their interest is actually the one rule in action, taking care of you and your kids. I'm glad you're here. Okay. Okay. How are you, Sera?
I'm
Uh-oh.
good. I'm good.
Okay.
That's a great introduction, you know, the long version.
Yeah.
Bring up a lot of points, you know. It's really
Right.
nice.
Thanks.
We recently had a lunch at Maria's house. You remember Maria, right? From Finland, Maria Davis.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I do.
We had a lunch recently at her house for a lot of young mothers in our community. And it was just really nice. And many babies are being born this year, 2021.
Wow.
So, yeah. And some of them have older children. I mean, older,
Right.
young children, or some of them, this is their first baby. But yeah, I'm sorry, Karen, I'm not really moving quick enough with the anti-bullying books and the other things that I feel would be a great fit, with Women's Federation or my friends who are illustrators. Um, but I just think about these young moms, and you know, now with COVID stuff and masks having to be worn by kids in school, there's a lot of breakdown happening, like mental breakdown and, stuff that parents have to put up with that they didn't have to put up with before. School was in itself, the kind of like, public school system was hard enough. But my heart really breaks about the whole masking and stuff at school and the, breathing problems and things like that. And
Yeah.
I feel like, man, I would not want my kids in public school these days.
Right.
I just wouldn't.
Yeah.
And even they want to vaccinate children, with this stuff that's completely lab concocted, and it's just nothing is natural in it. Nothing. None of the science is natural. It's just changing an RNA, putting in a man-made RNA. All this stuff is just really, anyhow, changing the human body. So yeah. Anyhow, so these young moms and the generation now, they have a lot to think about. But Katerina, she did a great virtual event also this past week about how to manage all the different things that we have on our plate. She just said,
right. I saw.
And did you see that one?
No, I was going to, and I have the replay, but
yes.
My life has been really full. So
everybody, yeah. So actually, that's what I want to do, is send out a letter, with all of these replays available.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Are you on the website yet, Karen? I think you're happykids.co. Really, I want to sit down or
I want to show you something, okay?
Sure.
Let me screen share.
Okay.
Because you might not have seen this. Let's see. um, okay. This is, well, not this exactly.
This
It's
is a
there. This is my new website, happykidsco.org. I had to, because I'm with Yahoo and they weren't supporting, they'll allow my old website to exist and people can still access it, but I can't do anything with it. So I created this.
Okay.
And this is where people can sign up. And this is the one thing I wanted to show you, is that I am working on trainings for well, one of them's the Harmonious Fathers. That was because of my son. And because I had been seriously thinking of focusing totally on mothers, but because of my son and the kind of father he was because of how he was raised, and because of how he was as a being, I'm putting together Harmonious Fathers program, but also for people with babies and up through 2-year-olds. I was thinking of that. Anyway, some of these are new trainings that I've been working on. So, okay.
That's very nice.
Oh, and the other thing up here, let's see. If it's gonna let me do this. Anyway, this is where the endorsement that I mentioned,
Oh, right.
go on that website.
Okay. So you can still add things on that, right?
This one I can work on. I'm learning how to do it. It's not like the other one, I knew in and out how to do it. This one, I'm having to learn how to do it, but I am. So
Okay, I'll try to write that endorsement.
okay,
Writing it
and
down
it
now.
can be really, it can just be simple, like I give you the one from Leslie? It was really, she sent me a message, and it was just like a sentence, So anyway,
Okay. Yeah.
see what. mm,
Well, I always think of a certain couple that live in Alabama that I think would love this because they focus a lot of their ministry on the young kids.
Ah,
And they've got several young kids themselves. But
well,
I always think
one of the new things is going to be like an affiliate or partnership, depending on how people want to do it. Like Dr. Jenkins has said yes to partnering with me with UPF, and
right.
I don't know what form that will take yet, but affiliates would get half of whatever is made, or maybe they can have some special special, I don't know, offers or whatever. So
Okay. I think that's important for us to look at too, because it's really our movement has always been kind of self-funded, and that's always been a big part of our movement, is actually raising funds. But that was always in a separate program, because that program itself was teaching character education, but that character education was actually through fundraising. So it's hard for us to transition now, where we actually do need to think on a more self-sustaining platform, where we should think about generating our own funds. As far as each separate organization was not self-funded. Each separate organization could receive grants from the movement at large. So now, if we have a separate, like a chapter on a chapter level, I can get grants from, insurance companies or people who want to do something for the community as a nonprofit in the community. But it's not necessarily through my own activities, but when you affiliate with something that can create revenue, and then you can receive something from that revenue too. I think that's a direction that is really a positive direction to look at. It's not necessarily it's been done, but I think that's a good thing to look at. So yeah, I want to talk to Mary and Maria about this too, and other people who are on the kind of a planning committee. It's I think it's a really good thing to look at. And as far as our first, we have a few bigger first steps to do, is basically get everybody on our national website, because when you're on the national website and people like Katerina, Connery, or Johanna, or Kiyomi, when they see the happy kids up there, they're going to be asking more about it, and it's going to create more, talk and more energy, So the young family in Alabama, who I just love, they came here for an event at IPEC, and actually he came as a pastor to give for this one couple that was getting married. The man that was getting married was a friend of my son's from Brazil, and the girl who was getting married was here from the Las Vegas area. So the couple was so fun, and their kids were so fun and beautiful. Nice. I always think of this family, and I've never seen them in Alabama. I've never been to the Alabama community there, but I just always think of them when you're giving that intro. I feel like, oh my God, Gyro would just love this. Gyro would just love this. That's the dad's name. And I was like, wow, Harmonious Fathers. That, I think he would just really love it. So I'm hoping, I can really, there's so many things I'm doing right now, though, even just in my own family. I'm so wanting to do more. Well, more organized.
If there's if there's some way that I can do for my work, like I could write up a letter or something and send it to you, and then you could check it over and fix whatever you wanted to fix and then send it. But that would take less time on your part, but it would still move things along.
Right. Well, yeah, I think let me see. I want to go back. I'm going to put this down, something to do today, because I'm going to be meeting Mary and Maria tomorrow morning. But this is actually not my job. This is Mary's job, is getting everybody on the GWPN page as a global friend, because Kiyomi will write a landing page specifically tailored for you. You know, she will make that landing page for happykids.co or happykidsco.org. And then in your site or in your program, you twice a year you promote Women's Federation in some way, and then it's just an in-kind, win-win. Otherwise, people who don't have an organization like that, or they just have a business, or they don't have a way really to promote Women's Federation, they just pay $300 for a year for the website, for the landing page. You know, either way they do it, they can put something on the website. But I think promoting is not so difficult.
Right. Also, I have permission to put the Women's Federation logo on my website too. I just have to figure out how to do it with this new one. So, because I have a copy of it in my files.
Okay.
So I can do that for one thing, but I can do more too. So
I would love it if you could talk with, we have a new girl who's the GWPN national coordinator. And I would love it if you could get together with her and figure out how to do the training program with some of these young ladies, these young moms. Sera Holmes came on your program, I think once or twice.
yeah.
She's due any week now. She's due her second baby.
Yeah.
So that's another challenge, is the ladies that are really interested in this, they're having babies and they're really busy. It's like having the kids, but that's the people who really need it and want it, But again, they kind of have to, I guess they're in the, they want to use the daycare system, and so they have a lot of other, I mean, I think even in your own home, you create your own tradition, your own rules, so it's not always going to be like what you had, I guess, was your own school. And I did too in Brazil, in a sense. We have a lot of influence in our own school. So our kids could have a certain benefit from that,
Right.
But what I'm saying, I guess, in public school or in the daycare places, the kids have to recognize and come to terms with the different way things are done.
Yeah, they do too. And the thing is, if their home environment is one where they know they're going to, it's like they can be who they truly are, and they'll be loved and accepted and cherished and supported and helped and all those good things. It makes it gives them an inner strength to deal with difficult things in other situations. But it also could give them inner strength to transform some of those, especially if the daycare people and whatever get some information which could help them too, because this whole thing is not, it makes things so much easier on them too, on all the kids, of course, but on the adults too, so much easier.
Yeah. I really see this as little kind of pamphlet books that can be, put out there, like even in public schools. I mean, if it's in like a series of little pamphlets. I was originally thinking about that for the bullying stories that you wrote about the guardians. That being, very simple. It's not like a literary giant or anything. It's about a person, it's about a content. It's about a point of view and a way of thinking. So,
well, you know what came to my mind right now is if you would I don't I'll add this to your plate, right?
yeah,
If
right.
you
Like,
if you if there are any ideas of situations that you would like made into a story, that I think that if you send it to me, just the idea like this is happening, you know,
like a context.
then I could let a story of come from me, yeah, like a context. Yeah, exactly. And then let it fill in. Like that's kind of what happened with the Guardians. I did not set out to write those stories,
Mhm.
but they came to me and I just wrote them. And
Yeah, I think that's
so,
what happens when you have the kind of experience that you had. And I think that that's actually what I was really feeling this set of books where what I like where it was coming from was like, how do we let the next generation know about these things? How do we like pass
oh,
that on? You know?
okay. I've connected with someone who's been working with youth for, like, I don't know, at least 20 years, let's say, maybe more. Um, and we're going to be doing things. And like in the Guardian stories, the Kathy, the mom of Timmy,
Uh-huh.
teaches the Guardians about the one rule, and she becomes the coach for the one rule. And so they do these little scenes where they take on a problem and they work out a harmonious solution. They use the one rule to work that out, and then they demonstrate it. Well, I have this in mind. I've talked with him about this. He's right now he says he's slammed with work. His name is Adam Fletcher, and I have been on his mailing list for many years. And he
Hey, just a second. I'm gonna say one
yeah,
thing.
go ahead.
Sorry, he was just leaving for work. I needed to give him a
Yeah,
message. Yeah,
no problem.
yeah. That's my front door behind me.
Oh,
I'm just sitting in the living room.
okay, cool.
There's a big window up there. It's pretty lot of glare. But Adam Fletcher, what's his organization that works with
Uh, he has several of them. Um, I'd have to look it up at
you know,
this.
because I have a friend of mine. She does organic gardening, Jennifer Mujica.
Uh-huh.
But she brought me over to a place where she's helping them with their like kind of backyard garden, but it's called Inspiring Kids Foundation. Do you know that
Cool.
foundation?
No,
I love the play on words too, because the kids are inspiring, but it's also about inspiring kids, you know,
very
getting,
nice.
getting them
Yeah.
inspired. I think somebody, was it Agassi? There's a school, Agassi school up there. But
Yeah.
is that the tennis player?
Yes.
Okay, so that was the tennis player who started this group, Inspiring Kids, also just
Okay.
just through learning tennis, you know, getting
Oh,
them the mind-body coordination. It had a lot to do with their own like anxiety disorders and things like that, to just have more um, you know, healthy life, healthy choices, you know, who to hang out with, who not to hang out with, and using tennis as a vehicle. But it's gone into a whole program there up near Catherine Duncan on Washington Avenue. They have a place at the Lorenzetti Park, I think. They have a place there. But that's a great youth group, and the kids run it themselves, basically. It's like mentors to mentees, and then mentees become mentors, and they have
Nice.
different things that they work on. And each person, I think they're making like projects and things like that too. It's not with the young children, but it's also
Right.
people who in the very near future will become adults and parents. So
Exactly.
it's also much to their advantage for their, and any kind of relationship that you have.
Yes.
So this kind of agreement, this kind of harmony is the one rule is so, such a good mindset or habit to already have.
Yeah.
But that's great. But I can.
I'll email you the information because it doesn't come to mind right now. So, well, I could look it up.
Okay. Well, I'll also really encourage Mary tomorrow morning to, with a few people, even like Catherine Duncan, I don't think she's on our Global Friend page either, which she could be, but she has such a wide array of things that she's doing. I don't know what she would put on her landing page for Global Women Peace Network. I'm not really sure, but I'm going to talk with Mary about that, how GWPN can be, how we can have more Las Vegas women on the GWPN Global Friends page.
Okay.
There's a few others.
Sounds
Also,
good.
Judy Moreo, she wants us to do articles for her magazine. We have a few articles I want to submit for that. But it would be great to do something here.
What's the theme of her magazine?
It's just called Choices. It's about women in leadership, or women in business, or in coaching, women in, I think it's even politics too. I'm not sure. She doesn't really get political, but yeah. Just women entrepreneurs, or so yeah, it's interesting to see more. But she also, we really need to get her magazine in there, her landing page as well. So it's like, so there's a lot of stuff we're really behind on. But I was encouraged that basically for Women's Federation here, we really need to have one contact person for Global Women's Peace Network. So Mary said she would be that person.
Okay.
There's so many aspects of Women's Federation that we could be doing, but I just need to get more people on specific jobs, tasks. So just to get things done a little bit more. It's really great networking, but there's so much follow-up as well. There's so many things to do ourselves beyond the networking, So yeah, I would really love to see these little pamphlets that I vision in my head.
Yeah, I like that.
What you want.
Yeah.
But because I could just see it being used in a classroom, or just being there in a classroom, being taken up by even private schools. Private schools could do that very easily.
Right.
It could be very attractive. So I think that's going to be a good project to really think about. I mean, to really get going, to really try to implement. I will look into that.
All right.
Tomorrow with Mary and Maria. I know they won't be able to really grab onto it exactly, but is something that I can just really bring up and again, you know, I'm pretty sure, especially after having that luncheon with all the young moms, you know.
Right.
It's a good, it's a need that needs to be filled. You know?
Very important to get started. Yeah. Yeah.
I might have to leave a little bit early today, though, Karen.
All right.
I just have something. I have to leave here at 11:30, so I think it's going to be a little bit tight for me to get ready.
Okay.
If it's
That's
all right.
fine. I have things that I can share. So,
But if you
because
want to write some kind of a letter to a community like the Alabama pastor I was telling you about, this dad, Gyro, if you want to start working on some kind of introductory letter like
okay.
that.
I have one going, so I'll send it to you. I mean, I'll work on it and send it to you because I already have some things, parts of it in place. So
Oh, nice.
yeah, because in one of the UPF newsletters, there were all these organizations, I think faith-based, and they had this meeting international in Bali or something, and
It's like the
and there
Council on World Religions, right? The
no,
Council on World Religions.
it
Oh, no.
wasn't that.
Oh,
It
oh.
had to do with children and
Oh,
improving things for children in the world.
oh.
And it seemed like my work fit in really great. And there were just like, I don't know, lots of like 100 organizations or something that signed this saying, yes, we're committed to, we want to see this happen.
Was that
So
with UPF or was UPF just one of
UPF
the?
was one of them,
Right.
but it was
Wow.
it was put on by the World Bank,
Oh,
and
I think I heard about that.
yeah. So anyway, I have this list, and I've started getting the contact for each organization. Some I can't, but some I can. So I started putting together a letter for them. That's what I'm thinking can be modified.
Okay,
Yeah.
that sounds
So,
great. All right, I will definitely look forward to that and try
okay.
to do all this connecting that I have on my to-do
Okay.
list.
Right. And if
My
a context comes up in your mind,
Yeah,
like, oh, I
actually,
wish there were a book on that, then
that's actually my.
just message me,
When you
you
told
know?
me that, I
Yeah.
felt like that's a great follow-up for our young mom's lunch. I'm thinking to send that question out to our young mothers and say,
Great.
what situation are you dealing with that you wish there was a book on that? And from this
Great.
perspective, from this one rule of agreement and harmony, you can let's see what comes up, from Karen Rice, from the
Cool.
download, from that kind of channel
Exactly.
that Karen has with God. She's got this
Yep.
special channel about children and harmony. So
Yes.
yeah, okay, yeah, I really want to do that with the Young Moms group.
Okay. You
Yeah,
wrote it down?
yeah, I wrote
All
it down in my
right.
notebook, but that's for tomorrow's meeting with Karen and Maria as a
Cool.
follow-up. Yeah. Yeah, I
That's
know it's me that's going to end up doing it, but I just have to get them to sign on to it too.
okay.
And I
Yeah.
know they will. I know they will because we really want some kind of follow up with the whole group. Oh, and we're going to be doing a raffle also, so we can make that part of the raffle. That would
Sure.
be great. Yeah.
You could make, I would be willing to do coaching as, with someone or whoever. Anyway.
Yeah. And I was thinking of somebody that our new national girl, GWPN. I can't remember her name. I'm so sorry. She's brand new. She just got the
Okay.
position. Angie Bukowski was with us for about 6 months, but she had to change to another job. She was wonderful. But anyhow, this new girl, I don't know her. I don't remember her name at all. But about the training, about that kind of a training situation, coaching situation to do on Zoom. How to, you know, find the right person that can really like sink into kind of like your energy level and your perception, you know, your how you can see the kids. So yeah, I think maybe I was always thinking of Sera or Onka who are here. And maybe still Onka because they both did early childhood education as a major in college. So I will still try to connect with Onka and her husband, maybe Josh Herstein. Do you remember Wendy Herstein? She went to many events together with us.
I'm not sure.
I think if you saw her picture, you'll remember her. She's
Right.
about our age, and she it's her daughter-in-law who I'm always thinking of for coaching, to be coached in this kind of concepts, you know.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I better get going. I'm gonna
Okay.
have a hard time to get out on time.
All right.
A little bit tight schedule.
Okay.
Okay, take care, Karen.
Yes, you
Good
too.
seeing you.
I'm glad you came.
Yeah.
I wish you well, and we'll keep in touch.
Yes. Okay.
All right.
Bye.
Bye. Okay, now let's see. We have a few more minutes. I think I have something I can share with you. It was from the first Happy Kids Zoom show. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. Okay. Let's get back to this. All right. Oh. Okay, I'm going to stop this share. It's not working. Okay, now I'm going to try again. I'm scrolling down to find what I wanted here. And it's an example of the one rule. Let's see. Okay, now share. Hopefully we'll have time for this. Okay. New share. Oh, it says it's paused. All right. Let's see if I can resume share. If not, I guess I'm going to stop share. And see if I can do this other thing I had in mind. I wanted to share some more about the new trainings I'm developing. One for the harmonious fathers. Okay, let's see if this will work. And one for, I would like to connect with either people that have babies that are, and they're going to be 2-year-olds, or people that are pregnant and are going to be having babies, so that they can get into the habit of using the one rule, thinking like that, thinking of harmony being important. And okay, let's see if okay. All right, this is sharing. Okay, so let's see if it'll scroll up. Oh yeah. Okay. So this is the new website. This is where you can come and sign up and get a copy of my book, The One Rule to Raising Happy Kids, which the book is about, the book part is about 50 pages, and the training, which is 12 basic lessons, but some pre-work and things like that, and some bonuses, and that's about another 50 pages. So it's not a long book. The book, I went to my past books and took the points that I thought would help support the one rule. Let me move this. Oh, I really like this, so I want to put it up here like that. Okay, and then I had actually started with the training. I did the training first. Now I've added to it since then because of these shows. Things have come up which I felt really needed to be addressed in the book and in the training. So at this point, that it's very current in what I have to share and offer about creating harmony using the one rule. Because we are each important. So these are things you can check out if you come here. You can look at the endorsements. You can check out the podcasts that are up there, the blog posts, which you might not find otherwise, and the videos, which you could find on YouTube. Well, I wish you all a very great day and a wonderful week. And I'm going to stop the share and wish you well. Okay, stop.